Pra shikues të nderuar, po pritet që në çdo moment të fillojë edhe ceremonia e hapjes së zyrtarit Manifesta. Juftoj që ta ndiqni.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the official opening ceremony of the 14th edition of the European Nomadic Biennial, Manifesta. A huge welcome to everyone, first and foremost from Prishtina. And of course, a huge welcome to all who have come from neighboring cities and countries, and especially those who are in Prishtina for the very first time. A special welcome goes towards Your Excellencies and to the multiple governing representatives from a variety of post and future Manifesta host cities. My name is Emilia van Linden, and with my colleague Rina Gorgule, both members of the Manifesta team, we will take you through tonight's festivities. We opened our program this evening with an amazing performance by Astrid Ismaili and his fantastic performance. Astrid, thank you. But we have far more in store for you. Tonight's program continues with the performances by the Amsterdam band Jungle by Night, followed by performances by some of Prishtina's greatest singers, singing some of Prishtina's greatest songs.
Zonja dhe zotërin, mirë mbrëma dhe mirë se erdhët në hapjen e edicionit të 14 të Bienales Evropiane Nomade Manifesta. Një mirëseardhje e madhe për të gjithë qytetarët e Prishtinës, si dhe për ata që erdhën nga qytetet e tjera të Kosovës, rajonit, si dhe për mysafirët tonë që janë për herë të parë në Prishtinë. Ju urojmë një mirëseardhje të veçantë gjithashtu shkëlqësive tuaja, si dhe delegacioneve të shumta nga qytetet nikoqire, të kaluara dhe të ardhme të Manifestës. Unë jam Rina Gurgule dhe së bashku me kolegën time Emilia van Linden, do ju përcjellim përgjatë këtij programi festiv. Këtë mbrëmje festive e hapëm me performancën Links të Astrid Ismailit dhe grupit të tij të mrekullueshëm të performuesve. Programi do të vazhdoj me një performancë fantastike nga Jungle by Night, si dhe me performancat muzikore të disa prej këngëtarëve më të mëdhenj të Prishtinës.
But before we dive into the world of these talented musicians, we would like to take everyone's attention to highlight what Manifesta 14 Prishtina hopes to do for Kosovo's capital. So without much further ado, it is our honor to invite to the stage the President of the Republic of Kosovo, Her Excellency, Dr. Vjosa Osmani Sadriu.
Por, para se të zhytemi në botën e të gjithë këtyre artistëve të talentuar, ne kërkojmë vëmendje në të gjithë juve për të treguar se pse Manifesta është këtu në Prishtinë, si dhe për të theksuar atë që Manifesta shpreson të bëj për kryeqytetin e Kosovës. Pa u zgjatur shumë, kemi nderin të ftojmë në skenë Presidenten e Republikës së Kosovës, shkëlqësinë e saj, Dr. Vjosa Osmani Sadriu.
Mirëmbrëma Prishtinë, qyteti më i bukur në botë, me rinin më të mrekullueshme në botë. Është kënaqësi e veçantë të jemi sonte bashk, me qenë se organizatorët kanë kërkuar që ta mbaj fjalimin anglisht, unë jam e bindur që të gjithë kuptoni se rinia jonë e mrekullueshme e flet jo vetëm anglishtën, po edhe shumë gjuhë të tjera. Mr. President Meta, Mr. Prime Minister Kurti, dear Mayor of Prishtina, Mr. Rama, Director of Manifesta, Ms. Fian, dear guests from all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prishtina, welcome to the Republic of Kosovo. It is a distinct pleasure to be with the artistic community of the Republic of Kosovo and that of 30 countries participating in this year's Manifesta, widely known as the European Nomadic Biennale. Tonight's image of Prishtina is the image that suits Prishtina most. Prishtina is at its best when it welcomes people from all around the world. It is then that we have the golden opportunity to best showcase the youthful spirit of our capital, as well as its openness, towards different cultures and nations from around the world. For a total of 100 days of Manifesta, our goddess on the throne will shine the brightest and turn into an international cultural point of reference. In these 100 days, artists, architects, and many other professionals will come together and exchange ideas and experiences in exhibitions, events, performances, and interventions in various public spaces in Prishtina. It is a widely known fact that Kosovo is the country of youth. Therefore, it is a pleasure that our young artists made Kosovo a global reference for this great cultural event. The 14th edition of Manifesta coincides with the 14th anniversary of Kosovo's independence. This edition is a celebration of art, but equally so, it is a dedication to our freedom. It is a dedication to our daily effort to foster positive change, meaningful reforms, and continuous development. These are also values that Manifesta promotes. Manifesta chose Prishtina this year. It chose tradition intertwined with modernity, which jointly adds color, soul, and beauty to our capital city. Manifesta 14 in Prishtina is a fantastic opportunity to revitalize the local and international identity of our capital city. It is an ideal momentum to reaffirm our European identity. It is also an ideal moment to reveal to the world our outstanding potential. Prishtina this year brings Manifesta to Kosovo, and as such, it brings Kosovo to Europe. The Nomadic Biennale is our chance to present Prishtina as it really is, the center of art and culture, a city where the past and the present intertwine, a capital of the extraordinary youth. Manifesta is also an opportunity to tell our story. And tonight, I want to tell you a brief one about Prishtina. This story consists of our history, tradition, and cultural heritage. Our history dates back to the Illyrian antiquity, ancient Dardania, and right now the present thrives by embracing a transformative spirit at the state level and the society as well. The story of Kosovo is a story of our country that faced a horrible war, but today is thriving because of our resilient people, of a society that survived exterminating tendencies of a genocidal regime, of a republic that gained its freedom and today aspires to become part of the European Union. We aspire to become members of the European family because we share the same values as Europe. We believe in Europe because we are Europe itself. But tonight, as we are gathered here, I consider it rightful to also speak about the importance of visa liberalization for the people of Kosovo. Ladies and gentlemen, friends from Europe, look around you. No one deserves more the freedom of movement than the people that you see around you today. Art does not accept limitations. Art wants freedom. Art thrives through freedom. Just as artists have managed to eliminate barriers through cultural exchange, we must eliminate barriers to freedom of movement for the people of Kosovo. We want to be able to move freely because we have so much to show and offer, not only to Europe, but also to the world. As Manifesta moves freely from one city to another, from one country to another, our artists and young people are fully deserving of being able to move freely as well. But I am convinced that art always triumphs, and the resilient spirit of our people will also triumph. Our story of freedom, peace, and transformative spirit deserves to reach out to the world. Europe, just like Manifesta, must listen to and embrace this story of freedom, transformation, youth, and extraordinary potential. But tonight, in these 100 days of Manifesta, I invite you to enjoy Prishtina, to enjoy the uniquely artistic spirit of our artists and their colleagues from the 30 participating countries. This is your celebration. This is our celebration. These are the days of art, imagination, transformative potential, and change. These are the days of Prishtina. Thank you all, and may Manifesta 14 be an edition that will long be remembered. Faleminderit shumë gjithve.
E falenderojmë shumë zonjën presidente, Vjosa Osmanin, dhe kemi nderin dhe kënaqësinë ta ftojmë në skenë kryeministrin e Republikës së Kosovës, zotin Albin Kurti.
Thank you very much, Madam President, for your important and heavy words. Mr. Albin Kurti, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kosovo, the floor is yours.
Mirëmbrëma të gjithëve. Good evening to everyone. Dear Madam President Vjosa Osmani Sadriu, dear President Ilir Meta, dear Mayor of Prishtina Përparim Rama, dear artists and journalists, local and international nomads, dear guests and hosts, friends and partners. 4 years ago, when I was signing a support letter for the official bid to host Manifesta, I was not sure what to expect. I was intrigued by the name Manifesta. The political movement I belonged to started with a manifesto on self-determination. And I was thrilled with the phrase European nomadic, being a critical admirer of both the European Union and Gilles Deleuze. Later on, my readings about manifestas around Europe made me ever more curious and longing. Finally, these days, especially tonight, I'm hopeful and cheerful, yet with vivid traces of my previous feelings of intrigue and thrill, curiosity and desire. In my view, Manifesta is a town that wanders across Europe like a specter, like a ghost, until it embraces a European city, embodying itself in what it makes differently from the landing city. This year, the town of Manifesta is getting its 14th reincarnation in the city of Prishtina. Both of us are both happy and lucky. This embrace of Manifesta and Prishtina is almost an amor fati. A traveling European nomad stops to meet the unstoppable people of Kosovo. Prishtina has always been a vibrant and creative city, even on the worst of days, when being an Albanian was very risky. There was always a cultural life happening underground. Concerts and exhibitions mushroomed within cafeterias and restaurants, inside private homes and basements. Abandoned people to themselves did not leave any abandoned space for themselves. During the 90s, this was the only way what one could experience art and culture in Kosovo. I believe it is precisely this cultural resilience that sparked a certain aesthetic that is embedded at the core of our society today. It is this resilience that makes Prishtina and Kosovo so special, I dare say even unique. When Prishtina was chosen as the host city in the several months of intensive cooperation, I was amazed to see how Manifesta managed to detect exactly this spirit of our people. This is why I am fully convinced today that in the following 100 days, through Manifesta, we will see Kosovo unfolding at its best and shining along. I'm sure one way or another, my city, Prishtina, you'll just love it. Therefore, be prepared to be charmed. It's inevitable as it is necessary. And again, even and ever more so, you manage to see it for what it is, for what it was, and most importantly, for what it can be. For this reason, I'm so glad to be here tonight with you at the opening of this great event for Kosovo, hoping to give you a great welcome. Having an international biennale in a capital city makes any prime minister proud. This one is no different. The cultural community of Kosovo benefits by building new cooperation bridges. Our country appears in the international map of modern and contemporary art. The citizens of Kosovo will have a chance to experience art while sensing and exploring, discussing artworks, and acquainting artists. Manifesta implies a certain disclosing, opening of your eyes and ears to make you think and gain. Artistic interventions in public space strengthen the public dimension of the space and sometimes even discover the space itself, rendering it publicly putting it into the open. Yesterday morning, I was, for the first time in my life, on the 6th floor of the Grand Hotel, on its terrace. I didn't know that such a halfway through penthouse exists. And now I want to go back again, visit it once more. And from there, I saw a couple of other such concrete porches in the middle of the tall buildings around, with people on them having coffee and tea, looking at this newest place at their height with new people who didn't know they'll be joining. For 100 days, Manifesta will govern in parallel with my government. But there will be more artists than days, namely 103 artists, more venues than hours of the day, 25 venues, and more countries than European Union members, 30 countries. For sure, these 100 days of Manifesta in Prishtina will be a breath of fresh air and a beautiful look and gaze for the citizens of our country. There will be exhibitions, new creative proposals for urban regeneration, pristine expressions and exchanges. We have a lot to learn from our European colleagues. Likewise, Kosovo has also a lot to give in return. Now, after 14 years of independence, let us enjoy Manifesta 14 together. Welcome to Prishtina, welcome to Kosovo. It is such an honor and so lovely to have you all here. Thank you very much.
E falenderojmë Kryeministrën e Kosovës, zotin Albin Kurti, për fjalimin e tij, si dhe e ftojmë në skenë kryetarin e komunës së Prishtinës, zotin Përparim Rama.
It is our great privilege to introduce the Mayor of Prishtina, Mr. Përparim Rama, without whose help and the help of the entire municipality of Prishtina, we would not be here tonight.
Thank you so much. Prishtina, përshëndetje, mirëmbrëma. Një duar trokitet madhe për juve. Ju faleminderit shumë që jeni kaq pozitiv, kaq fantastik. E nderuar Presidente Osmani, i nderuar Kryeministër Kurti, i nderuar Ministër Qeku, të nderuar ambasador, dear Madam Finn, Madam Nichols, Mr. Ratti, honored guests and members of the press. I'm going to do this Albanian English a little bit. A bit for our media here and our people in RTK. Është me të vërtet kënaqësi e madhe me qenë këtu sot edhe me përjetu këtë atmosferë fantastike që ka pru Bienalja Nomade Manifesta 14. Prishtina është në mesin e qyteteve europiane tash, ka qenë Manifesta në Marseille para 2 vitësh, ajo në Palermo para 4 vitësh, e këtu e kemi edhe ish kryetarin e Palermo, zotin Ornaldo. Mirë se ardhë, zoti Ornaldo. Një duar trokitje për te. Orlando. E pas 2 vitësh do tjetë edhe në Barcelonë, pra automatikisht ne tash e kemi Prishtinën në kulmet e medjave botërore të artit e kulturës si një vend një koqir i Manifesta, si Bienales Manifesta 14, e cila po ashtu përveç që ka pru artist të ndryshëm botëror këtu, e ka kryu edhe një platformë fantastike për artistët tonë të vendit, një numër i madh i artistëve tonë, është pjesëtar tash pjesë e Manifestës 14, e cila përkundër problemeve që i kemi me viza, tash do t'jenë në për media botërore për të mirë, pra për Manifesta 14, artistët tonë si Petrit Halilaj, si Flaka Haliti, një duar trokitje për ta dhe për gjithë artistët që marrin pjesë, për Sislej Gjafa, Alketa, e tjerë, kështu që e shini që ka bën Manifesta për vendin tonë, pra përveç që kemi dhe një numër të madh të medjave këtu që do të raportojnë për 100 ditët e ardhme për kryeqytetin tonë. Është, me thonë, një fat i madh, të cilin kemi edhe njerë që do t'i falenderoj, po tash po i kthehem për shkak të mysafirëve tonë nga vendet të ndryshme botërore që kanë ardhur këtu, me vizitu Prishtinën për shkak të Manifestës, atëherë do të vazhdoj edhe në anglisht. We are excited and proud beyond words that tonight the world-renowned and the long-awaited Manifesta 14, the European Nomadic Biennial, is opening its doors in our beloved capital city of Prishtina. It is a very special privilege that for the next 100 days, our capital, Prishtina, will host so many exhibitions, workshops, programs, and events selected by experienced professionals. We are also very excited to accommodate so many visitors and distinguished members of the press who are here to experience what Manifesta and Prishtina together have made possible. The artistic and architectural interventions that Manifesta has introduced in the spaces and buildings around the city will serve as a model for long-term implementations, helping us to identify and transform the hidden hubs in the city, which contain stories not only of the surrounding community, but of our entire collective memory. Most importantly, these interventions by Manifesta have freed us public spaces, increased mobility, and connected parts of the city that did not communicate directly with one another prior. Most importantly, Manifesta has also precisely in tune and in line with our long-term vision as a capital city. We have to move forward in the direction which connects us, that improves mobility, creates bridges between neighborhoods, creates recreational spaces, and positively affects the way we perceive the capital city in our own mental maps. Interventions in public spaces, such as the Green Corridor, the revitalization of Hifzi Suleimani Library, the creation of the Center for Narrative Practices, will further serve not only as platforms for artistic and cultural exchanges, but as revitalized centers that will stimulate the community to continue with the tradition of returning public spaces to the service of citizens. Prishtina is a place of communities, of stories that connect us closely with our past and also with our present. It has a unique spirit that keeps us interconnected and attracts our international friends so strongly. Therefore, let this experience serve as the cornerstone of a tradition that will continue to bring the city closer to the people, creating more spaces for interaction in every area, in every part of the city, and in every part of our country. In the next 100 days, we will have the opportunity to enjoy the works of 103 artists, both local and international, in 25 different locations in the city. It is the first time that world-renowned artists such as Ugo Rondinone, Lee Bull, Ronnie Horn exhibit in this part of the world, and this is an incredible chance for all of us, especially our young artists and students, to experience their works from up close. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, our local artists, Petrita Lilay, Alban Muyay, Sisley Jaffa, Fliaka Haliti, Etier, and others that are partaking here. So more than 65% are artists from the region. I would therefore like to thank the director and founder of Manifesta, Madam Hedwig Fien, for the wonderful, exceptional work and for believing that we can host Manifesta just like other European cities. And I strongly believe that we're doing a better job, Hedwig. I would also like to thank Madam Catherine Nichols for the generosity shown towards the stories that Prishtina holds. So she's been a great, great asset to this city. She has an exquisite taste in creating this program and has certainly rebranded our city. So thank you so much, Madam Catherine Nichols. Thank you to all the Manifesta board for their vision, but also I must have a special thank for the courage of Ul Rugova, who made it possible by believing that he can apply and we can make it happen. So, Ul, thank you. Thank you, Ili. Also to Vesa Saaciu for being there and working together with Ul Rugova. Thank you so much, Vesa. Would also like to thank the former mayor, Mr. Shpend Ahmeti, who supported the idea. And also thank you to former ministers of culture, Madam Vlora Dumorshi and to Kwitim Shoala, that also supported this then. And also a super special thank to Minister Cheku for his collaboration and for his very kind support throughout the process. Thank you especially to our team in municipality of directors. And special thanks goes to Arta Balay. Bravo, Arta. Ilirik Musliu, Donika Cheta, Krenar Jaferi, Florian Dushi, and everybody else in the municipality, and also our public companies that actually went in there and made the Balkan miracle real. The way we do jobs, as Hedwig likes to remind us, is very different to how it's done in Europe, but we do make it happen in the end and also exceptionally well. And of course, a special thanks to Manifesta staff and team. They've been very diligent, the locals as well as foreigners, and they've tirelessly worked to make Manifesta 14 in Prishtina a beautiful reality today. And let this be the positive change that our city needs and is shifting towards into the future. Thank you all for your presence. Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you, Per Barim, for your kind words. we would like to take a moment of everyone's time tonight, just one moment, to stand still and to acknowledge that less than 1,200 kilometers away, a brutal and unjust war is being waged against the Ukrainian people by Russia. Collectively, we must speak out against this ruthless war and stand in solidarity with Ukraine and its people. We would like to invite the Kosovar soprano, Arta Yashari, to the stage to sing the Ukrainian national anthem.
Duam që të ndalojmë një moment për të kujtuar se jo më larg se 12.000 kilometra larg nga ne, një luftë brutale dhe e padrejtë po zhvillohet kundër popullit të Ukrainës nga ana e Rusisë. Ne duhet të flasim kundër kësaj lufte dhe të solidarizohemi me Ukrainën dhe popullin e saj. Andaj dëshirojmë të ftojmë në skenë sopranon kosovare Arta Yashari për të interpretuar himnin kombëtar të Ukrainës. Falenderojmë shumë për interpretimin fantastik sopranon Arta Yashari dhe dëshiroj të prezantoj presidentin e bordit ndërkombëtar të Manifestës, zotin Alexander Rinojkan, për të thënë fjalën e tij.
I would like to introduce the president of the International Board of Manifesta, Mr. Alexander Renoykan.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, when the Manifesta board decided that Prishtina would be the venue for Manifesta 14, we fully realized that this would provide us with an unusual challenge. And a challenge it has certainly been. But at the same time, it has been a privilege to experience the positive energy that has been released by our decision. In particular, we are very grateful to the municipality of Prishtina and to the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport for their indispensable support. Underwriting, empowering, mobilizing urban change. That is the role that Manifesta has grown into under the visionary leadership of Hedwig Veije. And in Prishtina, here, we pursue that goal as part of an important European challenge, to recognize the ambition of this country to become fully integrated in the European family. If only by finally obtaining the full freedom of travel to around Europe without the humiliating visa process. More than anything else, we are Europeans, Major Rama said yesterday. And this is a call that deserves to be heard throughout our continent. Prishtina, ladies and gentlemen, is a delightful surprise to its first-time visitors. A fantastic city that you can all be proud of. A great location to observe how arts and culture add color, excitement, and pride to a rapidly changing urban environment. Manifesta is deeply grateful to Carlo Ratti, Catherine Nichols, and all the talented Manifesta teams for laying the foundation here, and to our 103 participants for injecting so much creative energy in this biennial. We are equally grateful to many old and new friends of our foundation. Old friends such as various European embassies, in particularly those of Luxembourg and of the Netherlands. New friends like UNDP. But let me end by offering a particular tribute to Hedwig Feijen, our director, who you will be hearing next, for her dedication to the cause of European culture as a dynamic opportunity to add value and purpose to people's lives. Today, with the war that we were just reminded about, that cause is as urgent as it has ever been. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alexander. And for the final speaker of tonight, it is my great honor to introduce a key person who has made Manifesta 14 Prishtina a reality. The director of Manifesta 14, Hedwig Feijen.
Është nderi i madh të prezantoj një person kyç që ka bërë realitet Manifesta 14 Prishtinë. E ftojmë në skenë drejtoreshën e Manifestës, zonjën Hedwig Feijen.
Hello, everybody. I'm the last speaker, don't worry. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all your excellencies, President of the Republic of Kosovo, President of the Republic of Albania, Prime Minister of the Republic of Kosovo, Mayor of the Municipality of Prishtina. As you heard, my name is Hedwig Feijen, and I'm founding director of Manifesta. I'm super thankful that finally, after 4 years, I stand in front of you, together with my Manifesta 14 team, they're above there, and the creative mediators to open Manifesta 14 in Prishtina. I would like to invite our creative mediators, Catherine Nichols, Carlo Ratti, to the stage, and Mayor Rama, do you want to join them, please, too? Please. Woo! So just a few words. The 14th edition of Manifesta marks the first time this biennial takes place in the Western Balkans. And we're super proud to present more than 100 artists from over 30 countries. 60% of the participants come from this region. As you know, Manifesta is about 4 pillars. You have seen maybe the former brick factory, the iconic Grand Hotel Prishtina behind us, the new community space for you, the Center of Narrative Practice, and a parkour of 25 venues across the city. We selected these venues with our creative mediators, Carlo Ratti, to make sure that we show you how to reclaim your city. And under the beautiful title, It Matters What Worlds, How to Tell Stories Otherwise, the artistic program came together by our creative mediator, Catherine Nichols, where she explores and generates new practices of collective storytelling. Manifesta Prishtina is a result of an amazing communal and collective effort. It's not only us, it is more than hundreds and hundreds of people. And we thank the city of Prishtina, the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, all our partners and supporters who helped us in the last 4 years. We thank the creative mediators, but of course also all the artists, participants who transformed the biennial into a real participatory and collective catalyst for social and urban change. At least this is what we hope. I am incredibly thankful to our Manifesta 14 team for their endless efforts to establish this edition, and I can say it was a little bit a tough cookie. Finally, the biennial is built on the incredible engagement of all the artists, the thinkers here from the region, the makers, the culture practitioners, and all those citizens of the Kosovo community and those coming from abroad. We hope that for the next 100 days, you will enjoy Manifesta in Prishtina, showcasing the power of the vibrant Kosovo society. Mayor Perparim Rama, Catherine Nichols, and Carlo Ratti, let's come here, because together we open Manifesta 14 Prishtina for you. Thank you so much and enjoy the next 100 days.
Thank you.
Faleminderit Prishtina.
Jemi pra në këtë transmetim të drejt për drejt që Radio Televizioni i Kosovës bëri me rastin e ceremonisë së hapjes së Manifesta 14 Prishtina, pra ishte presidentja e Kosovës Vjosa Osmani, e cila e hapi në fakt edhe Bienale Manifesta. Më pas vazhdoi edhe fjalimi i kryeministrit Kurti, gjithashtu edhe kryetari i Komunës së Prishtinës Perparim Rama, dhe fare në fund e përmbylli drejtoresha e festivalit dhe Bienales Manifesta, e cila tha se vërtet Kosova është një vend interesant dhe i veçantë dhe është ajo që kanë përzgjedhur që të jetë kryeqyteti i Kosovës Prishtina, vendi që Manifesta do të zëvend për 100 ditë. Gjithashtu u theksua nga të pranishmit që Kosova do të jetë edhe në mediat botërore dhe gjithë kjo për shkak se kemi prezencën e numrit të madh të mediave që janë këtu dhe sigurisht që Kosova do të jetë në tituj dhe në reportazhet cilët do të ndjekin për 100 ditë të gjitha aktivitetet që do të zhvillohen me këtë rast. Dhe pas ceremonisë së hapjes tashmë po bëhen përgatitjet për të filluar koncerti me artistët ndërkombëtar, por janë edhe Prishtina All Stars, artistët nga Kosova, cilët do të performojnë sonte në vazhdim dhe ne këtu duhet të shkëputim këtë lidhje të drejtë për drejtë për shkak të drejtave autoriale të artistëve, ndërkaq që ftojmë të gjithë qytetarët të cilët janë të interesuar të vinë, të kënaqen në këtë ambient ku vërtet platoja e Pallatit të Rinisë është e mbushur përplot me gjithë ardarsit, me gjithë vendor ndërkombëtar nga të gjitha moshat dhe uroj që Manifesta të shkojë mbare mirë dhe vërtet kryeqyteti i Kosovës tashmë ka zërë vendin edhe në botë. Faleminderit shumë për këtë transmetim të drejtë për drejtë, ju uroj natën mirë.